Woo! Get this screwed over here. Where's the volume? Woo. What a day it has been. Woo. Watching a little bit of SmackDown too because it has been a hell of a day to be a wrestling fan. Um, First, we are told that Triple H has been reinstated. Has the actually, give me 1 minute. I gotta get something cold to drink. Hey, Cody. Uh, Watching a little bit of SmackDown on the Fox streaming thing, but what a day it has been to be a wrestling fan. Earlier in the day, we were told that Triple H was reinstated as the EVP, head of talent relations. The role had previously been filled by John Laurinaitis, but he was put on administrative leave because of his involvement in the allegations against Vince. I think they were saying some was that, um, well, on the Fox streaming service, you can a website you can get like an hour of it. So I'm watching like an hour of it. But anyways, Bruce Pritchard had been filling in as the interim talent relations. Now Triple H is, and shortly thereafter, we are told that Vincent Kenny McMahon has retired from the WWE. Other than a shareholder, he supposedly has no roles with the WWE other than the majority shareholder. See if I can find that statement again. Okay, I had the statement that Vince had put out, or the WWE had put out. Let's see if I can find the. Uh, Looks like Baron Corbin is attacking Pat McAfee, but where is because they? Okay, basically the statement was, as I approach 77 years old, I feel it's time for me to retire as chairman and CEO of WWE. Throughout the years, it has been a privilege to help WWE bring you joy, inspire you, thrill you, surprise you, and always entertain you. Did not always entertain you. They've kind of had a bad product as of late. Where was I? I would like to thank my family for mightily contributing to our success, and I always like to thank all of our past and present superstars and employees for the dedication and passion for our brand. Most importantly, I would like to thank our fans for allowing us into the homes every week and being your choice of entertainment. Not always my choice of entertainment. Uh, I hold the deepest and I hold the deepest appreciation and blah blah blah. He's basically sports entertainment. He's saying that Stephanie and Tony Khan will be the co-CEO, but that he is still the majority owner, um, of shareholder. So he'll be helping out in any way he can. And now it's being reported that Brock, one of WWE's big stars, has walked on the WWE. That he walked out saying, if he goes, I go. Um, I just got done watching some of uh Dutch Mantel, who, if you don't know who Dutch Mantel is, he's a former wrestler, manager, booker. He's been in the. I'm not sure how long Dutch Mantel has been in the wrestling industry, but he's worked for WWE, WCW, Impact. Um, he's talked about who he thinks. He was asked like basically who's going to go, and one name he's talked about who could have the head on the block is Kevin Dunn, saying that although he's never really had that many interactions, hardly interacted with Kevin Dunn, he's always got the pressure from others that nobody likes Kevin Dunn. That Kevin Dunn is one of Vince's boys. He's always been able to, if anything happens with that upsets or gets Kevin Dunn butthurt, he's been able to go to Vince, and Vince, now such and such said something. I don't like him. And Vince reacts. But Vince is no longer going to be there to protect him. So, odds are, I wouldn't be a least bit surprised that Stephanie, Triple H, and Nick Khan very well may be looking to find somebody to replace him. I honestly, I don't think I've ever heard a single person ever have one positive thing to say about Kevin Dunn. They have torn him apart, and his fast cuts. He's trying to say it's not him that does those quick camera cuts, and it's somebody else. We know it's Captain Bucktooth, who, like I said, his time could be very well numbered. He might want to be smart, and we see himself seeing his own way out the door. We seen SummerSlam, and if Brock walked, oh, that's not good. If Brock did walk, because he's supposed to face Roman for the titles. Sounds like Kid Rock they're using for the song. It's going to be an interesting time to see how things are going to go with, Vince is not going to be there. I mean, what about the city superstars that Vince was pushing might not get pushed anymore. So it's a really interesting time. So, okay, watching this. Corbin attacks Pat McAfee. I liked Corbin better in NXT than in the WWE because he's just. No, they're probably still going to produce products. But because they're still making money. But again, it looks like 1 week from tomorrow, 1 week from Saturday, is they got SummerSlam. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. how the WWE, there's Petey Williams. How does the WWE going to survive without Vince? Oh, they can do it. Um, they can definitely do it. It's just going to be hard. Um, there's going to be people who weren't pushed before who might start getting pushes. Vince's favors might not get them, but they can do it. Um, McAfee mocking Baron Corbin. No, the thing is, a lot of people are thinking that they don't realize Tony Khan is not taking over. He has to share the power with Stephanie. Um, he so like even Vince in his statement says they are the co-CEOs. Hey Al, you guys want to come up? Give your opinions on all this drama we've had today. Triple H is back in power. Vince is gone. Brock supposedly walked. I wasn't interested in SummerSlam, but now I am. I want to see what's going to happen. 1 minute. Let me. There we go. If I seem loud, it's because I'm like literally like watching this. I'm watching SmackDown at the same time. There's the link if you want to come up. There's a tag team that's had some weird ass booking. Okay, cool. I mean, they came in as the Viking Experience, a name that got got WWE and them laughed at. Then they were the Viking Raiders. Then they were what were they doing before they got sent down back down to? Oh no, one of them got hurt. Then they were part of that tandem that was chasing after the 24/7 title, and then down in NXT, and now they're bad guys. Oh man. Jinder Mahal has gone from being a comic wrestler to being a serious wrestler, back to being seemingly a comic wrestler again. I mean, I wasn't gonna watch SmackDown tonight, but this just is. I mean, this is very interesting. Bruce Pritchard, he better start kissing some major ass. He better start showing that he has something there. The Viking Raiders. The new vicious Viking Raiders. Uh, the new vicious Viking Raiders. Oh Lord. I like these guys in New Japan and Ring of Honor more than they were in WWE. Hey, I liked him in NXT, but since they got brought to the main roster, good lord, this guy's pale as shit. He makes Sheamus look like Sheamus has a sunburn. I haven't seen anything on Twitter if they've mentioned Brock. Have they had anything to say about Brock? I mean, he's still in the background on the Twitter. It's a Hey Al,
What's happening?
not much, man. What is your take on all this stuff today? I mean,
Dude,
what
I don't
Hunter's
know.
back? I mean, Hunter's back as the EVP. And I do not like the way they announce the Viking Raiders now. The new vicious Viking Raiders.
Vicious? Okay.
No, the new vicious.
Oh, the new
Viking
Vicious.
Raiders. But look at this, man.
Like,
Triple H is back in power as he has his old job back.
yes.
Vince is gone.
Which I'm happy about that.
Yeah, because I guess Bruce was filling it. Bruce Pritchard was filling it after they canned not canned. Sorry, they put Laurinaitis on administrative leave. Then Vince leaves, and now Brock saying if he's gone, I'm gone.
Well, Laurinaitis is gone.
Oh yeah.
Completely gone. Yeah.
And what is his wife gonna say?
I don't know. She's stupid, so I don't know.
But take in mind, they thought she had Bell's palsy because her face was
Oh,
kind of
that's
messed
right.
up.
I forgot about that.
And then it turned out she had a growth on her brain. Hey Hobbs.
Jeez.
But basically he was cheating on her while she's dealing with all of this. And
oh, dude, I don't know. I don't know. The whole thing is weird, and it seems I can see why people would think it's a work.
well, a lot of wrestling is a work.
Yeah.
But if anything happens, they think automatically it's fake. Well, this is. I mean, he was. What was it? $12 million for women.
Yeah.
With one of them getting 7.5. So, and Sheamus is coming out, and I heard that they're having problems with him. That he might not want to be there no more.
Well, I wouldn't want to be there anymore. It's a complete shit show. Like,
yeah.
Like, I haven't watched WWE programming in probably 3 years, probably, like regularly.
I watch enough so that when I watch the pay-per-views, I know what's going on. I don't go, okay, well, why are they doing this or why are they doing that? Just enough. But then you got, like I said, you got the news about Triple H is great, which we knew it was coming because he apparently was telling people in NXT, "I'm back." So,
but Sean is still in charge of NXT as of right now.
And Sean and there was somebody else who was somebody working with him.
Oh,
and all they were saying it was Sean and somebody else, and it's just a week away. actually 8 days away from SummerSlam, because I guess Tony Khan wants him to do Saturdays, not Sundays.
Yeah, and then AEW now does Sundays instead of Saturdays, which drives me crazy because I'm like, come on, dude, I'll go back to Saturday. It was much easier for me.
Oh, that's right. They used to do the events on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You seen the picture of Chris Jericho?
I haven't watched this week's yet. I haven't watched this week's.
His nose got broke.
Oh, jeez.
Apparently, he was going for the code breaker on Eddie Kingston, and Kingston had the chair. And when he went for it, the leg of the chair came down square right there.
Oh.
So he goes, he went to the doctor, it's broke. He's got, it was all black and blue, nose is all stitched up. You can see something was wrong because when the chair comes down, you just all of a sudden you just see him go, his hands go right to his face. It's like,
that's when you know it's real. You're like, oh shit. But if Brock is truly leaving, like that's a major blow, dude.
Especially 8 days away from this huge match.
Yeah. I mean, I knew of the match, even though I don't really watch it, but just think. I mean, you can say what you want about Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is money.
Yeah.
Every time he appears, it's major. So it's not. They say you can talk shit about him all you want.
He's a big motherfucker.
Hell yeah. and super. I actually love Brock. I think Brock's a freaking genius.
I mean, you can see he's been having fun since he came back last year.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, even before that, because I remember when he won Money in the Bank, he came out with the briefcase like a beatbox and was dancing.
Yep. So I don't know, but the Vince thing, I can see just because of all the crazy shit that's going on right now. And I was reading earlier, today is actually the 28th, I think it's the 28th anniversary of when he won the steroid trial.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The same exact day. Yeah.
Damn.
I was like, oh, shit, really?
Wow.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
I think, wasn't that when, because Jesse Ventura found out that Hogan ratted him out because Ventura wanted to unionize it? And Hogan was like, yeah. Then at the trial, it's like, guess who ratted you out?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Crazy shit. But I don't like, but like you were saying earlier, that's weird with Stephanie and Nick Khan, the co-CEO. What is that crap?
Maybe he'll do like the business part, and she'll do another part of it. Like one would do business, and one would do the wrestling part, and all.
I don't know. Like, see, to me, if I was Stephanie, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, no. I'd be like, no, that's mine. This guy don't get that.
He came in, he was making Vince a lot of money, so.
But
Vince
I mean,
was liking him.
Yeah, but still, like, to be the freaking co-CEO of the company, like, that's crazy.
And when I was watching Dutch Mantel talking about what happened with Vince, the one name I tend to hear thrown around is Dwayne Johnson. Because
I've been hearing he might buy it.
No, because Dwayne and Tony Khan are childhood friends.
Tony or Nick?
When they were doing Tony in the WWE. They're old
WWE's
friends.
Nick.
Okay, yeah, Nick. Well, they're old friends because I guess when his mom would go down to Florida, not Florida, Hawaii to do shows, he hung out with him and his sister. So, and she is his Khan's sister works on the show Young Rock. She's one of the factors to it.
Oh, okay.
So they were like, hey, old friends, maybe they're doing a little something and all.
Maybe so. Who knows?
It's just the seeing that connection between the two and the jumping right to that conclusion. So we don't know if that's the conclusion or not. I mean, yes, he does own the XFL.
He does. Yeah. Does Dwayne want to be the next Vince? I don't know.
He's an entertaining guy, but you gotta remember it's his wife. She's the money person. Sorry, his ex-wife.
Yeah, the ex-wife. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's
slash partner.
What was her family or dad or whatever works in Wall Street or whatever, and so she's kind of got all this knowledge and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And all whatever they said what it was exactly the family used to do.
What's up, Cal?
Cal's here. My God, I got to see The Rock wrestle. Was it 2 times in person, including to see him versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 19.
Nice. So, oh yeah, that was up by you. That's right. It sure was.
Because there's a train that runs through there, so we kept joking. Wouldn't it be funny if a train came through right when A Train came out?
That's
funny. We had a drunk in our section though, who kept getting drunker and drunker throughout the night, louder and louder how Vince was going to beat Hogan. I hate Hogan, but he was annoying me so much. I was like, fuck you. Vince is going to win. I'm not Vince, but Hogan's going to win. Security came and had to drag the drunk away.
Dang. That's crazy.
Hell, when I was at SmackDown, we had some people waving around a Canadian flag, and we had a fight. I guess somebody reached up to grab the flag, and next thing you know, you had a fight. We're leaving, and we're seeing somebody get stretchered away. It's like,
only at a wrestling show.
Do you remember that Star Trek show, Star Trek Enterprise?
Mm-hmm.
A full arena. Now, Key Arena is not that big of an arena. It's big enough to do a basketball show.
Mm-hmm.
Jam-packed. They aired during SmackDown a trailer for Star Trek Enterprise. 1,000 or so people boo it. Except for the one guy, me, who's sitting there like, whoa, talk about hate. I have never heard so much hate in my life. The whole place just boo. It's like, woo.
And see, this is why I don't like wrestling fans. Damn.
I wasn't the biggest fan of the show. I did watch it, didn't get into it. But their reaction just blew me away.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's funny. Now, see, the only super crazy reaction I ever witnessed in real life, I was at WrestleMania 30 when Brock beat Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
And the hush was insane. This building holds 85,000 people. Hush. You could hear a freaking pin drop. It was so eerie and weird. I'll never forget it in my life. Like, it was like, ah! It was insane.
There's that one guy who they got on camera.
Yeah.
You always see it whenever he just sits there, standing there like, it's him, that little girl, like when the Miz won the title, that little girl.
Yep.
The only other thing that was worse than that is, you remember 3-minute warning?
Yes.
They had, remember Mini Goldust?
Vaguely, yeah.
Well, that little midget wrestler,
they
came out and they beat him up.
Yes.
All of us, even me, were like, kill him. My one friend, little Mike from high school, was crying, stop! Like, no, kill him!
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's a sick thing to be calling for the death of a midget, but
yeah, like how just said that's why I have a hard time going to public events anymore. I get into a fight with some drunk. Yeah. I can't even tell you. They just started doing wrestling events here in the New Orleans area again. I might end up going to one. We'll see.
We used to have a promotion here, Big League Wrestling and Lucha Libre, but they closed down.
Mm.
I wanted to go see one of those shows, but no one knew where they were. I said where the place was, and they go, "Where? We know that road, but there's no place that like that there."
Well, one time, a couple years ago, pre-COVID, my wife and I actually went to a local show. It was about an hour away. It was kind of in BFE. It was like literally in the middle of freaking nowhere, and we actually ended up with like second row seats, and it was great. It was a real good time. The little local one down here is called Wildcat Wrestling. It's run by Lucard.
Oh, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yep. Yeah. He's been trying to build up Wildcat over the past like 10 years, and
he was wasn't he in XPW for a while?
He was Altar Boy Luke. Yeah. Yep. That was him. That was him.
Yeah. There's.
But he puts on really really good shows locally, like really good, like I'm talking like almost WWE level, like really really good shows.
Well, we don't really get show or any WWE doesn't even come to my area except maybe once every few years. They go to Seattle, they go to Spokane, they go to Portland, but Central Washington is like the black area, the stay away area.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the Sun Dome, which is I know it's a small little, arena. It's good for like basketball, high school basketball games, but
Yeah, I wanted to go. Yes, Luke Hawk is in NWA too as well. Yeah, Luke and his son PJ.
That sword that Drew McIntyre has is weak.
Yeah, I saw a thing on Botchamania where he hit the ropes or something and it bent.
It's not. It's supposed to be a claymore. It's supposed to be a tough sword, and all of a sudden, the blade just like what, like that.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
And the thing is, he has to stand now, keep acting like a badass, probably going, bloody sword. He had it bounce off the one time too, if I remember right, trying to cut them.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. The most of my WWE content I get from Botchamania at the moment. So.
Oh, AEW loves them.
Dude, but you know what? AEW is fun at least, for the most part.
Yeah, but I guess the con guy, he's just.
I know a lot of people don't like him. Yeah, I know.
He always seems like he's on something every time I see him. And all.
He might be. Who knows?
He likes to sign all these ex-WWE guys. And all.
Yeah, but everybody does. WCW did it. TNA did it. Like they all do that shit. Because the name recognition's there. So they don't really have to build them up that much. People already know who they are. So that's less work that they have to do, which I totally understand that. I totally get it. I do think he signs too many.
Yeah.
Though. There's definitely a few people he could get rid of. I think. But yeah. But I mean, he now has Claudio. He has he has Bryan Danielson. He's got Moxley. So I mean, he's got like really really good people at least.
Because Ring of Honor had a mad amount of talent. You see that both at AEW and WWE, and all. With the amount of talent they had in Ring of Honor.
Oh yeah. But everybody stole from Ring of Honor. Everybody.
But that goes back to ECW. Because
everybody wanted all the ECW guys.
They left and right.
Yep.
I mean, I'm watching, and all of a sudden here comes Mikey Whipwreck on WCW. It's like,
wait, what?
What? I just saw him on ECW not that long ago.
I just saw him at that VFW hall. What the hell? Yeah. I really miss ECW.
I do. I do too. I got some
So
of
good.
the RF videos.
Yes, I got a couple.
Just like he's Rob Feinstein isn't exactly a favorite for a lot of people, but he
That's for sure.
has he still has it's hard to get the true ECW stuff, the old stuff. It's RF video. If you
Yeah,
go to
all of it.
high spots, it has the RF video on the DVD.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
got the one with the Kimono I Want to Lay You striptease.
Oh, dude, that promo that they played that promo every episode.
She got mad at them about that. I understand
Okay.
because they did not have permission. She said she did like, oh, you can do that, and all of a sudden it's everywhere.
And the night kimono wanna lay us stripped on the top of the ECW arena. Yep.
I forget. It was something was going on. What was going on? There was a reason why she did that.
They lost. Didn't they lose power or something? Like it's something something
Something happened. And
major.
they had to keep the fans.
Yeah, entertained.
And they
So he
had,
was like, so Paul was
and,
like, "Hey, go out there, do your thing."
but
Yeah.
who brought her to ECW? Raven, and where did he meet her? Wasn't it at a club, an escort club or something like that, dark club?
I would imagine. Yeah.
She saw an interview or something. Was like, well, that's where he found her. Like, oh,
It's like, oh, okay,
I
sure.
mean, Bill McGillicuddy, I guess, was in Penthouse.
Yeah, but then she started dating Tommy. So there you go.
Yeah, but we know Tommy wants to be married to Ric Flair. We all saw that interview, Tommy. You were way too obsessed with a certain part of Ric Flair's anatomy. And that's the one. It wasn't that he defended Ric Flair that took away from that. It was that he was way too obsessed.
Yeah.
It's like, aren't you married and got kids? He's all like, they call him the agent, but he's really endowed. It's like,
It's like, bro, you're married to Beulah, bro.
and she's still. Did you see her when they did that reunion thing in TNA? In Impact?
No.
That was a few years ago, and she still has gorgeous.
Nice.
Now, still as gorgeous now as she was back then. I mean, he got fatter and lost on losing hair. She apparently found the fountain of youth and isn't sharing it with him.
Hey, some people get lucky.
Well, some of us would like that fountain of youth. It might help us lose a few
That'd
pounds.
be nice, but
get a little. I'm slowly losing a little hair here. I like it back.
I'm already losing.
No bags under the eyes. Get my butt back because I went to the gym, and the only weight I lost was back there. So, if the fountain of youth gives me it back,
See, they stole all the talent from Ring of Honor for NXT, and that's true because Triple H, that was a Triple H thing because he wanted to sign all these indie guys.
Yeah, and who was it? Someone said they were talking to him because they knew him from his WCW days, and he was essentially already back then talking about his ideas. So, like, who do we got right now? We got Roderick Strong in NXT. Rixie, whatever the person.
Roxy, yeah, from
she was there.
The women's camp, yeah.
So I mean, and now,
but now Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor,
and has signed the Briscoes to a long-term contract.
Saw that, yeah. I don't think anybody else would want the Briscoes for long term.
Well, Cal, I'm intrigued because I don't think he's fully going to be retired.
He claims he will be,
but that statement in his statement has the majority shareholder.
I saw that. Yes,
I will help. So he's going to have some pull or whatever. and all.
Yeah. But supposedly he's not going to be involved in the creative process anymore. But I don't know. I think he'll still have some kind of say until the day he dies.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't got to be there to be in charge. There's a thing called a cell phone.
Yeah, exactly.
So he could be on the phone going, no, I want it like this.
I think Cal's got it right. He's just going to run it through Stephanie.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
and this way he's not there. He's not, with all the crazy shit going on right now. Like he's not there. So, yeah.
But man, if you haven't seen that Dutch Mantel video, I need to send you the link for it if I can find it again. He made some. Let me see it because he talks about that. Let me send it to you on Instagram. But it's about 23 minutes long, and I've only watched about half of it because I wanted to get him to do the stream. But
he's a pretty interesting guy, Dutch Mantel.
He is. I like of all his the different interviews right now and stuff I watch. He's my favorite.
Yeah. I can see that. I think Cal wants to come up.
Okay, 1 minute, Cal. Let me. Yeah, here we go. There's the link. Sorry, that's the wrong link. Let me see the right one. That's the link for the Dutch Mantel video. Send it to you too, but he did literally because I guess Mantel was just had done an interview, and then right after they got done, that's when the news broke about Vince, and then the news broke about Brock.
Yeah.
So it's 1, 2, 3. I mean, we all knew Vince was going to be gone someday.
Oh yeah.
But it's just not like this. I mean, he beat the U.S. government with a neck brace on.
Indeed.
How many people can?
While he was all swole.
How many people can you name beat the U.S. government with a neck brace on?
Only one.
And juiced up.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Hey, Cal.
There's no chance in hell I would miss this. No.
Hell yeah, brother.
What's up, guys?
What's happening?
Not much. What's up with you guys? How's your day?
It's been a hell of a day.
Interesting so far.
Here, listening to you guys watching SmackDown on mute.
So, what do you think about all this craziness?
Where do you start? Vince,
that's a good question.
It's so much. I don't watch. I only watch Roman. I only watch WWE for Roman right now for his storyline, the tribal stuff, because I wasn't a fan until he started doing this. And there's a couple female stars I like, but that's it. But with it going back to TV 14, and I hate to say it, but Vince being out of creative, he could be around all he wants, but just him stepping away from creative, I'm kind of like, yeah, they got me. I'm thinking something's gonna change. Hopefully,
I'm hoping, because it's been real bad for a long time. Oh
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a right away of a change.
I think it's gonna be slow. Yeah,
Just don't do what WCW did. Remember?
Oh, when Vince Russo came in.
When they got rid of Russo, and then they brought him in, and they brought him back. They brought Eric Bischoff in, and they on live TV they canned all the storylines.
Yep.
They stripped all the titles on live TV. Like, they're going, we're doing a new. That was a dumb move.
Yeah.
So if they do it gradual, it works.
I don't know, because on one hand, it is Vince McMahon, and as much as we don't like what's going on, it is his creation. I kind of feel bad in a way. It's like, to be fair, even though he's running it into the ground, it is his baby, so it's almost like he wants to run it until he dies. That's his right. I just feel like he's owed that to in a way, but he's wasting a lot of talent. So it's just, I don't know. It's a catch-22. I'm gonna be sad to see Vince, but I always thought Stephanie and Shane was going to take over years ago, but they obviously didn't.
Well, Stephanie pretty much, from my understanding, she was the heir. It was going to be the heir.
Mhm.
She was going to get it. Triple H was going to get it. Shane,
That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be Stephanie and Triple H running it.
Well, technically now it is, but you still got Khan right there, so
yeah.
I think honestly, I think the holdup is Triple H. I think when she married Triple H, I think for some reason Vince doesn't want to hand his own. You remember how they used to say about the presidency. Like they used to say, well, if Hillary becomes president, George, her husband's going to be running it. It's almost like the same thing. Like if he becomes president, if she becomes president of the company or head of the company, feels like Triple H might be running things too. I just feel like he always felt that way. And something about him and Shane seems like they don't get along as that well.
Yeah, something did happen between the two of them.
Yeah,
and all.
Well, I heard when Shane,
yeah, when Stephanie could run the business part, Triple H let him run the wrestling part. We saw what he did with NXT.
That would be a smart move. Yeah, that would be the smart move.
I don't think Stephanie is that bad. Honestly, I just think she, that's her dad, and she's going to always be in his corner, and she does what he tells him. I believe Stephanie could be really good. I really do believe that for some reason. I just believe she never even truly got to show people. I think we've seen hints of it. We've seen a little bit of her stuff, but we've never really seen her, like even for like a 6-month period, run the company. I don't really believe it's always been Vince has always had his hands on. I just think she gets her way every now and then.
Since Vince took the company from his dad, it's been his baby.
Yeah, it's a family thing, and I get that.
Goes back to Jesse McMahon, Vince's grandfather,
who
got disowned by his father. You ever heard that story?
Yeah.
Very true. I want you to do my thing, not your thing. If you don't, it's over. Just told him like, okay, bye.
You guys bring up don't do what WCW did. Honestly, is not Ring of Honor, AEW doing that in a way, with all bringing all these old WWE guys.
Well, there were other issues with WCW. If you listen to some of the stuff that got talked about, leadership issues and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Big time.
But
when you agree that they just pretty much 80% bring in WWF guys and like gave them the reins to run the company, when they had other legitimate stars that were homegrown there.
Well,
you remember the cruiserweight division?
Yeah, the cruiser. That was also like the older guys too. Ric Flair was a WCW guy before he was WWE.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So
we see. All right. So to me, AEW, AEW is a good mix. It's a good mix of what you just said and the newer guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I like them. They're entertaining. 2, they actually have wrestling on their programs instead of promos for 2 hours.
Yes.
And I don't know. I'm actually a big fan of AEW, and I hope they succeed for a very long time.
Oh, don't get me twisted. They're the best thing going right now, but I'm just a little worried for them because it seems like it's like even with MJF said, it's WWE guys, and it's like they got some really good guys in AEW. If you give them a little push, they'll be bigger. And Ring of Honor guys, they got Ring of Honor guys that they can push too. There's a lot of talent. I get the WWE stuff, but it's a worrisome. It's just like, and they got the 3-hour show. It's like they have so much over there. Pretty soon, it's going to be like, what do you do with all these guys?
And what's his name? Tom was just talking about. Oh, well, we had a regular program. We had to build our roster up. Then we got what was it? Dark. We had to build it up. Evolution. We had to build it up. Well, send some of those guys to Ring of Honor and all.
Which I think is what he's gonna do. Honestly, when he finally gets Ring of Honor really up and running, I truly think that's what he's gonna do.
I'm a huge Ring of Honor. I love Ring of Honor.
AEW doesn't want to be WWE. Khan wants to beat WWE.
For sure.
He doesn't want to beat them. He wants to beat them.
I'm glad he doesn't
And
want to beat them because the programming would be terrible. They're terrible right now.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely.
oh,
I mean, you get a little shine here and there. You know, for let's just say out of 100%, you get about 10 to 15% of good stuff out of them. That's not enough though. For not for me anyway. Maybe, but you know what? With all this going on, with AEW getting so powed and the new changes that hopefully, well, I don't want to say hopefully, but with the new changes going on at WWE, maybe people will revert back to WWE and maybe it'll be a balance. So we'll get to see, because WWE needs more talent. They got rid of everybody. So maybe we'll see more talent come over there again.
They gave the exact number of how many people were released from the first budget cut to the most recent one. And I forget what the exact number was. It was less than 100, but it was a lot.
Yeah, it was like 50 something or 60 something. Yeah, it was a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then have you seen that Create Your Narrative?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
No super kicks, no Canadian destroyers, and no diving through the ropes.
So no ROH.
Because his thing is, I agree with some of the stuff that EC3 said. He goes, that stuff that's overused and made terrible, like super kicks are overdone and not like they used to be. Now you can hit somebody with 2 Canadian destroyers and they can get up like there's nothing.
True, but it's an evolution in a way. Like, yeah, it makes a legend like Shawn Michaels look watered down because the super kick is like basically like a strike now. It's like a clothesline now. That's about as powerful as it is, but it's evolution, man. When it's done right, I kind of like it. Like, I don't know, guys. I stopped watching wrestling in Ring of Honor around 2013. They really got me back into wrestling. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be watching wrestling. So, and they were doing, that's what was happening. Super kicks, suicide dives, all of that stuff. It was, when you tell somebody that, it seems a little overused and corny, but when you actually see them pull it off, it's done well, depending on who's done it. I don't know. I kind of like it, but I understand we got to find a way to slow them down. Even though I like this fast-paced stuff, they're getting hurt too much. So they're going to have to revert to slowing down if they want to last long, because a lot of these guys are getting hurt doing this new style of wrestling.
Yeah, how many people on AEW are on the roster now because of injuries? Kenny Omega, his were over a period of time. CM Punk,
Bryan Danielson,
Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, my fellow Washingtonian, just saying,
I mean, Jericho, even though he's active, he's really he has an injury. So yeah,
that image of him is his nose all taped up. Ooh. That was. I mean, if you could, they've had to post the video up of the chair coming down right on his face. It's like boom.
Even
like,
Jeff Hardy, even though he has his problems, but he's still injured. Even if he was clean, he would still be considered injured. So even him,
he's on it. He's supposed to be in rehab or something, or was going to be going to rehab. Hey, Casey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's up, guys?
I mean, Jeff is.
What do you guys think about this? This is what I hope AEW does. I hope when they finally get Ring of Honor running for a few months, they finally transition. They balance the talent out and, get all your Ring of Honor guys in there. Make Jay Lethal deal like he was over there, Jay Briscoe, whoever you want to have over Ring of Honor. Bring him over there. Silas Young would be cool to have him back over there. Bring him back over there. Run your company, get it balanced, and then start to make it like a rivalry. Not all the time. Like, let them have their own show, but you know how the Survivor Series, the Raw SmackDown thing, they can just clash once a year. There could be like a rivalry in between, just a little bit, just a hint of it between the shows, like a little bit of tension, but have them meet, like make a Survivor Series for them. They'll come up with a show, I'm sure, a battle.
That would work.
I think that would be really cool to see who's the better company.
Rights.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. And then, maybe they might come together again, like like at their what would be their WrestleMania? What do you think is their WrestleMania? AEW.
All out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe they just come together at All Out again. Have both of their matches together, or maybe Ring of Honor put their show on around the same time as All Out, something like that. But I think they should clash.
The Ring of Honor. That's Final Battle, isn't it?
Yeah.
The big show of the year.
Yeah, Final Battle in December, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, I think they should do that since they're the same company. don't make it a big thing where it takes over all the storylines, but just put a little tension between the companies, just like teams, just a little tension, and then they clash every year for bragging rights.
Kind of like what they did with Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door, right? That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, just kind of
just
do a little thing. And that's it.
You guys like that? It's okay. In theory, it's great, but the way they've done it, I'm just like, it's okay.
I didn't care for the way they executed it. They could have done something better for the build up for sure.
I thought I was alone with that. Certain things in the wrestling community you can't say. You got to be careful.
Oh, yeah, people go nuts, and it's like, no, man. I got my opinion, you got yours.
Yeah.
It's also remember that also the wrestling industry is also kind of now really starting to get its back on its feet after everything. Fans finally coming back in, and we lost. I don't know how many promotions did we lose? I'm not sure. I know we lost Shakira before then.
Mm-hmm. See, all my favorites, other than Jericho, is pretty much either part-timers or gone. So now I watch wrestling purely for wrestling. So I'm not I watch everybody, and I really like it. I'm not too much into New Japan that much, but I'll still watch it. But I watch everything. So, so I'm picking up new favorites now. I feel like, I still like all my ROH guys, but I'm like really like watching AEW. I'm like, all right, this guy, that guy. Like I'm just into good matches and good feuds. I really don't have too many picks. I like me some Adam Cole, but I just don't have too many guys anymore. So I'm just looking for them to put on good shows. I really, but at the same time, a lot of these guys that people are so over on, I missed. Like CM Punk was an era that I checked in. I probably seen a couple of his matches. He was not that guy for me. So like this love for CM Punk, I'm missing it. Same with Daniel Bryan. I know who these guys are, but I know him from ROH. I don't know the Daniel Bryan of WWE. I mean, I've seen it, but I'm not a fan of it. So it's like a lot of these guys that are the top guys in AEW, I'm not really sold on, to be honest.
I do like a lot of Bryan's ROH stuff more than his WWE, or even his AEW stuff. Like he would get them, he'd choke them on the ropes, and then the referee thought counting, he'd pull away, goes, "No, I got to the count of 10," or whatever it was, 5, whatever.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, not to sound like a sourpuss, guys. It's just like I like the Jay Lethals. I like the Silas Youngs. I like a lot of dudes. And there's a few people over there in AEW I like, but the guys, like CM Punk is the guy. What's the guy I just named? Adam Cole is the guy. I like Adam Cole, but there's a couple more. Hangman Page. I wasn't too much a fan of him over in ROH, but he's the guy. And I'm just Danielson. I don't like what's the guy's name? Dean Ambrose. John Moxley.
John Moxley.
Just never been into him. And it's just
I'm gonna say
good match is a good match, but I'm not sold on the characters.
I like Moxley's WWE stuff more than his current stuff.
I didn't like his WWE stuff. I didn't like the Shield. I think Seth Rollins was very talented, and I still think he's doing his best work right now, even though it's very trash in WWE. But he's doing some good work. But I've always liked him, but they just neither one of them have made me say they're not attitude level for me. Attitude era. They're not even ROH level. Even though Seth Rollins was in ROH, I just never been a fan. Like, oh my God, he's amazing. He's not amazing to me. None of the Shield is.
I first saw Moxley back in his CZW days, so I got used to that Moxley, that violent stuff,
crazy ass shit. Yeah.
And now the stuff he's doing now, it seems like it's not what he did in CZW.
He's trying though.
Yeah, but then again, he's got a wife and kid. He can't exactly do some of the stuff he did in CZW.
Well, yeah, he was doing some crazy shit.
And CZW is not even like it used to be years ago.
Yeah. Man. Their format is scaring me, though. They're starting to get a little. I know they got to do it. It's a show. They got to make money. But AEW in the last couple of months have gotten a little bit more commercial, just a little bit. But it's changed a little. It is like when Cody Rhodes was the guy, the Young Bucks were the stars. Like when it was just starting, like it was rough. It was gritty. It's starting to get a little bit of, I guess, they're shining it up a little bit now.
It's a little too polished. Yeah. I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, I totally.
The network has more say in it now. I mean, they're the ones that don't want them having anything to do with MJF and some of the programming and stuff.
Yeah. Boy, is he good on the mic, though.
Whenever MJF comes back,
I
or
love
comes
that
back
promo.
wherever, he's gonna just blow up. Like MJF's gonna be the freaking man.
That promo when he was screaming into the mic, calling Tony, it's like, you're a mark.
Mm-hmm.
Goes, hey, fucking
it was
fire
great.
me.
Like,
Like,
I just didn't know how to feel about it because I was against him and for him at the same time. Because I was like, yeah, he's a little over the top, but at the same time, he has a point. So I didn't know how to feel. I just enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah. Well,
Because I understand both sides of that argument. So.
But that, you talk about CM Punk's pipe bomb from years ago. I liked MJF's more.
I think I like CM Punk's more. It seemed like he went out there. It seemed more organic. CM Punk seemed like he went out there. He said what he had to say. It seems like even though MJF seems like he planned it though. It could have been freestyle off the top of his head, but it feels still like he said, "I'm gonna go out here and do a pipe bomb. I'm gonna blow this up." I think CM Punk's felt like it was like it just happened. He was upset and it just happened. It feels like MJF might have planned that all week.
Well, from what I read, the MJF thing is a complete work. So there you go.
That's a good one.
Do you believe it does?
It's a good one because he's selling it real good.
Do you believe it's a work?
I think it is because I don't know. I think he's eventually going to come back, and I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but it should be pretty interesting.
I mean, that is a good work though, Al. Because think about this: he doesn't want to work. He's being underpaid, so it's a good way to write him off too. Mm-hmm. Right? In a way, it is. Yeah. I don't know, man. He went off though. I don't know.
He did, but it's from what I've heard. At first, it kind of wasn't a work, but then they kind of worked out a thing, and they are giving him more money now. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, but I get that though. He was a phenomenon. He ended up help carrying the company, and I get it. But I get why he don't want to pay him too. He is very underpaid, but at the same time, it's like if he does that for him, can you imagine what's going to happen? He's going to have to do that with a lot of people.
But not many are at MJF's level though.
They're not though, but that's still like how are you going to tell them that? But how are you going to tell a guy that? What if he because there are better wrestlers than MJF. MJF just has a package though, and he's better on the mic than everybody. He has a great presence, but there are guys that are better wrestlers. So it's kind of hard to explain that to your talent though. And then there could be a star there that's on a rookie contract or whatever they call them contracts, and he just didn't have that chance to break it. He might be huge, but I don't know. I think it's tricky. I get it because he is underpaid, so I do get it. It's tricky to me.
Yeah, so he's gonna come back the biggest babyface in the company. That's my prediction.
You think he's a baby? You think he's gonna come back baby?
I think it's better for him to be a neutral.
Well, no, I think he's gonna come back. The people are gonna cheer for him, and he's gonna be one of the biggest baby faces, and then he's gonna turn and be the biggest freaking heel they've ever had.
It's like when Brian Pillman showed up in ECW. Remember, he said that he could make them love him. He goes, it'd be easier to make them hate me.
I think he might pull a Austin. It depends what AEW do. I could see Tony Khan being the Vince McMahon and it'd be a war between him and MJF. I could see a storyline like that happening. But
but is the Eva Boss, the Eva Ono thing kind of overdone? We've been seeing that a lot, way too much.
Yes,
by the way, the worst Eva Ono of them all, the one who was the dumbest, Dixie Carter.
I was about to say Dixie.
Clinging on to Hulk Hogan's leg, crying, "Don't leave me."
MJF is different though. Like he's like Mike wise, he's Attitude Era close. He reminds me of Corporate Rock a little bit when he was in that ring cutting that promo, just like how he was moving. He really puts me in the mind of like I'm like, because in my opinion, my favorite two talkers are The Rock and Jericho. So to see the way MJF is moving, he's on a different level. So I think that he could pull the Evil Boss stuff out, or it might just bring him back, like you said. I think he'll just come back and he'll be a tweener. Like he'll come back and everybody will be cheering him, but he'll do something real bad, and then everybody will start blaming. He's like, "Did you think I was for you guys?" Because remember, he was talking bad to the crowd too when he was doing the pipe bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So he could pull that. I never forgot about you. You know how like The Rock said, "I didn't forget the Rocky sucks," or they all do that.
That's right. That probably it was came back and it's like you go to say the name of the town. He's not making fun of them. He's like, "Oh my God, Rock said the name of the town I'm from. I'm from there."
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know, man. But WWE's looking up though. If creative really change, a lot of people are going to leave AEW too when their contract's up because it's crowded. It's going to get very crowded over there, and they'll feel that they can get some time over there.
Oh yeah, I mean they just lost Alan Angel, Stu. What's his last name?
Stu Grayson. Yeah.
Lost them. The manager for Joey Janela, who she showed up like one time, and then she didn't appear anymore because he got taken off TV. And they go, "Oh yeah, she left AEW." It's like, who is this? Couldn't remember who it was. Like, oh yeah, she appeared one time with Joey Janela before he got taken off TV.
Well, Alan Angels signed with Impact,
and he's been. I've been seeing him. He's also been doing like some on his Twitch, not Twitch, but Twitter channel. Some stuff for his indie stuff.
Impact is doing some great work, guys. Like a lot of people don't talk about him. I loved it. The Honor Invasion, Ring of Honor Invasion.
Yeah, dude. Impact, dude. For a while, Impact was real good.
Well, here's the thing about Impact. This is you go back 20 years ago. First show, dark match, ring breaks. So they're rushing to put the ring together before the first show. So they've had it hard since day one.
Yeah.
And they've stayed alive.
Yeah, they never get the respect that they deserve at all. And it's a shame. It really is.
I thought Cesaro should have went over there. That's what was my opinion. I thought he would have did better in over at TNA or Impact.
My favorite match, I forget what pay-per-view it was, Samoa Joe, who's in his undefeated streak, was Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels.
That match is freaking awesome. That match is incredible. Yeah.
I don't know if it's that match or a different match between Joe and AJ. The camera has such an angle, and Joe kicks AJ in the face, and it's at such an angle, it looked like Joe had just kicked AJ's jaw out of place. But it was because of how the camera was. AJ's jaw looked all crooked. You see, it's okay. It just but the X Division, they could have some X Division. I love the X Division matches.
Yeah, me too.
And at least they have a women's tag division that's not look at Enix.
Well, okay, but you want to talk about the women's wrestling?
I think that's the best stuff.
They were really the women's revolution.
Yeah, I guess they really were.
People like them, Shimmer, Shine, Stardom, Ice Ribbon. Who else was out there?
I mean,
you think they were better than Nexus women? That whole era of Nex?
They were just. I mean, when you look at when they started up that division, that was Awesome Kong,
Gail Kim,
the Beautiful People. Not the beautiful. I got the name wrong. It was Angelina Love, Velvet Sky.
Yeah. Beautiful
Roxy,
people. Yeah.
Roxy Laveau, Miss Jacqueline. Who else was in there? ODB.
ODB.
Wasn't Melina over there? Victoria? Wasn't she over there? Forget her name.
Victoria was. She had the spider.
She was Winter, right? Or whatever.
No, that wasn't her. Victoria had the spider, and then they did have Winter, who was one of the more interesting.
Yeah.
One of the more interesting WWE storylines in the last 20 years. But she was Paul Butcher's sister and lover.
/lover, yeah. WWE.
To be honest with you guys, that's one of the reasons I watch WWE. I really think their women are talented, even though they got shit to work with. I mean, but they have so many good women wrestlers,
But it took them a long time to get to where they are now.
Oh yeah.
Because you go to the 80s, that was Leonie Kai, Wendy Richter, Fabulous Moolah, Sherry Martel. To the 90s with
different time. It was about beauty. Remember, my favorite era it was still not a lot of wrestling. Like Trish Stratus, Lita, that was my favorite era, but they couldn't hang with these girls now. But it really was a different time.
The women's division was so dead after what Medusa did. When she showed up on Nitro and was like with the title, like, this is what I think, and dumped it.
Yeah.
Then it was dead.
Yeah.
We lost Cal, but no, it was so dead.
Yeah, it was because they didn't believe in it. They didn't think it would make any money. You know what I mean?
But they did. You got Victoria, you got Trish Stratus, who was a fitness model.
Yeah.
Lita.
Tori Wilson.
Tori Wilson. Mighty Molly.
Yeah, Mickey James.
Molly Holly's awesome.
I like the women's Royal Rumble. Was this year with Ivy when she came out doing the right to censor thing.
I was just
not gonna lie. I popped when she came out. I was laughing the whole time. And
when she was around, I didn't care for her, but now I kind of appreciate her. I feel bad I didn't like her. Her gimmick, that right to censor stuff, would be perfect for today's age.
Which was a parody of the. There was or is an actual group like that, kind of like that, Parent Central thing or whatever.
Yeah, the PMRC or whatever.
But when she did that, and Rhea picks her up, and she's still put me down. I was bawling, laughing my ass off.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
But these girls now, man, and I'm not even a fan of all their gimmicks, but just their pure talent. I mean, Sasha's kind of frail, but you got Sasha. Nobody likes Charlotte. I like Charlotte. You got Charlotte. Nobody seems to like her. I'm not a fan of Becky. Everybody loves Becky, but I think Becky's doing her best work now than she's ever did. But you got her, that girl Raquel. What's her name? Rodriguez.
Gonzalez, whatever they changed the name to, yeah.
Oh man, she's amazing. Rhea Ripley is great. Bianca is great. What's the girl that? What's that one girl's name? Gee, Lee. I forget her name and I'm blanking out. But there's so many good wrestlers in WWE. It's a bad product right now. Which is, But I think that might change.
I hope Nikki drops that superhero thing.
Yeah, she got to drop that.
Dewdrop.
Okay, wait. Okay, Dewdrop. Watch her stuff as Viper in ICW. She's freaking amazing.
Is she really?
She can whip anybody's. I mean, she's awesome. Watch this. There's a street fight between her and Kaylee Ray. Watch that. Insane, and they beat the crap out of each other. Like I was like, it's impressive. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It's really Viper versus Kaylee Ray.
I remember like one year I got one of the Shine pay-per-views for my birthday. They had Paige's mom.
Yeah. And
she sits there early this year and goes, hey, I'm going to go over here at the bar and I'm going to get shit-faced and then I'm going to have my match. She went on to have a brutal match where she and Allison Kay beat the shit out of each other. But I just like how the way she does that, like, other than that, she's like, I'm going to go get shit-faced until I have my match.
Well, okay, so speaking of Saraya,
it's a sweet Saraya.
Sweet Saraya, yes. The best women's match I've ever seen in person was at a little local show at Wildcat, run by Lucard, and it was Sweet Saraya versus Ruby Reyes versus Savannah Evans, who's now in Impact, and they had a street fight in this gym that I was at. And they went around the entire gym. They beat all three of them beat the shit out of each other. They threw them in the garbage cans. It was a freaking blast. And that's still the best women's match I've ever seen in person. And it was at a little local show.
And I never thought about it. But I don't have a favorite women's match. It's weird. I never thought about that, dude. But the funny thing is I've been watching a lot of old next matches with a lot of these, like, Bianca and Ripley and all that, just where they were, what were the women's horsemen called? I forgot what they were calling themselves. Was it just the
The
horsemen?
four,
The
the
four
four,
horsemen.
the four, four horsemen. Yeah.
Bailey and all them. I didn't watch that stuff because I didn't like what they were doing in next, like, because they were taking all ROH's stuff and I didn't like it, so I didn't watch it during the time. But now I've been going back and watching a lot of that women's stuff. Wow, them is some of the best stuff I've ever seen over there.
Dude, that match with Sasha and Bailey, that match is freaking like a 5 out of 5, easy. Like just beautiful to watch.
Pre NXT 2.0, I did like a lot of this stuff.
I don't like the new stuff.
I'm trying to give NXT 2.0 a chance, but
hopefully it'll get better now.
So can somebody fill me in on something? What did Marty Scurll do so bad? I never got what he did. It was so bad because he's just gone now.
Do you remember they had that Me Too movement in Hollywood? Yeah. Well, they had something similar like that in wrestling called Speaking Out.
Yeah.
And I believe he's one of the people who was called out for misconduct involving women, perhaps underage. I think it might have been an underage girl. I'm not entirely sure.
She was at the club. This was in the UK. I believe you can be. I believe you can be in there at the age of 16, and you have to be 18 to drink. And she was drinking, so he thought she was 18.
Right.
And they
he
had a little,
like 23
thing, and now she revealed, oh, I was only 16 at the time. Blah blah blah. Really? Why were you drinking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, that's a little blurry. They really blackballed him. I mean, because he wasn't the greatest wrestler in the world, but I loved his everything else.
Mm-hmm. Not that I'm defending him. I'm not. But the legal age in the UK is 16 as well. So he technically did nothing wrong.
But in other people's eyes.
Yeah, but it looks bad.
I'm not defending him at all.
I don't know what happened, but it sounds like it's still a little blurry for them to the way they got him up out of here, because I don't see him at all.
Yeah, it's a total BS what they did to him.
There's a lot of guys who lost their careers.
What about the other one? The big guy. That was my guy. He had a great feud in ROH against Adam Cole, and they cut his hair off. Michael Elgin. What did he do?
He stands accused of multiple things.
Yeah, here. What did he do?
See, what there was? Wasn't there a sexual assault?
Oh wow.
Was it violating a restraining order or something?
Oh man.
Currently, he left Japan. Some people are saying it's because he got kicked out of Japan because he's committed some kind of crime, but he's saying no, that he's just he
got problems.
Yeah, and
last I heard, I think he's in jail in Japan or something.
No, he says he's back home.
Sheesh.
And he's saying that no, I never did it. What everyone's saying isn't true. Don't believe it.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Oh yeah.
All I heard is
he's
that
clearly an asshole though, because he's always had problems though. Because like he couldn't even work with people before we start hearing all this stuff. It just always was bad mouth. But I liked it, his wrestling, man. But
it's a shame because he's a damn good wrestler. Yeah.
Like I remember when he was going after Adam Cole for the ROH title. I really wasn't feeling the match until they did a bit. They go, we got some shocking footage where they had him handcuffed to the ropes, and they made him. And Adam Cole was attacking his wife. His ex-wife. Yeah. He tells her, I'm going to make her do what you can never do. I'm going to make her scream. And they started to attack her, and she was screaming, and he breaking free from the cuffs and attacking. I'm going, okay, I got to watch this now. This looks like it's going to be personal.
Dude, I loved it. That whole year, like that year after that and that year before that of Ring of Honor was so great. I would not be watching wrestling if it was. I mean, everything was. I loved it, all of that, man. I don't know. I did.
Yeah, but people talk about, hey, Impact turned 20, or Ring of Honor turned 22. They also started what? Around the same time, same year, 2002.
Or maybe a year later, yeah.
Impact though, Impact cool, but Ring of Honor has something a prestigiousness about them, that raw, true wrestling. You know, that like the handshake, the honor shake. It's a little different. Ring of Honor is different, man. Maybe that's why I like it so much.
And one of the things too is ECW in its days, it was different than what was out there in America.
Exactly. Yes, it was.
And that's one thing that got them comparing Ring of Honor and ECW together. Even though the product was different, it was still because they were different than anything else out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's how they get compared.
And yet they still felt like they were in their own league. That was so funny because it's like WWE, WCW was what they were, but it felt like ECW were competing, but at the same time they still were just them. And that's a perfect. I feel like that about Ring of Honor. They're still just them, no matter what you think about them. They have their way.
Did you ever see the Ring of Honor show, The Era of Honor Begins?
I think I did.
The first match was the Christopher Street Connection versus the Hit Squad, and they're like Christopher Street Connection talking about it's Ring of Honor, it's Ring of Homosexuals. Hit Squad comes out, beats them up, and then proceeds to scream, "Sports entertainment is dead."
Yeah.
And the main event of that show, Christopher Daniels versus Bryan Danielson versus Low Key, which was an awesome match, especially when the Low Key and Bryan were using Christopher Daniels as a kicking dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who could kick harder? And Daniels is on the ground like crying, like, stop!
You guys remember Sami Zayn in Ring of Honor when he wore the mask? What was that character?
El Generico.
His beef with Kevin Steen before he was Owens. Like, they had some good stuff.
Yeah. That's awesome stuff, dude. That's awesome
You ever see his stuff in PWG?
Yeah, a little bit.
He was teamed up with the Human Tornado, and the Human Tornado had that afro, so he had that hair pick. And here comes El Generico with the mask on and the hair pick, picking up the imaginary hair, trying the imaginary fro.
Wow.
But I remember Man Up. You ever see Man Up? Watch the blood cut. And after when they came out, the Age of the Fall came out, and what's his name? Used to be a booker, a writer, whatever for WWE. Scrawny guy, emo guy, calls himself the Zombie Princess now.
Oh, Jimmy Jacobs.
He stood. He's all dressed in white. He's standing under one of the Briscoes, who's bleeding, and he's hanging above the ring, and he's cutting his promo, and his clothes is just red.
What does he call himself now?
The Zombie Princess.
Yeah, I just know him as Jimmy Jacobs.
Yeah, but he's like this great promo, and he's got all this blood coming on him, and the whole crowd, it's just like, can't hear what he's saying because the crowd's chanting, "You sick fuck" at him.
I remember that. Yeah.
See, great stuff, man. And it's so funny, because if you're a WWE guy, some people are just WWE and that's it. They don't really get into the wrestler. It seems like the older I get, I'm like the old school people that used to watch wrestling, because my grandmother got me into wrestling. She watched wrestling, so I'm kind of like her now, where it's like, storylines is cool. A good storyline is it helps the match, but it has to have wrestling. And that's why I think I'm out on WWE. There's no wrestling. And so it feels like Ring of Honor was just wrestling first. Then they start working on their promos. They got better at storytelling. But it was just always wrestling at the end of the day. And that's what I love.
I mean, because remember, Vince called the WWE sports entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is sports entertainment?
What he does. It's clear now, though. Like it's perfect. If you think about it, it's like he really makes sports entertainment. He barely has 2 matches on his shows. Like, it's sports entertainment.
Yeah.
They just get on the mic.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I got to get out of here.
So do I, because I'm going to one of my uncles. I got some cousins over there, so.
All
right, guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
No problem,
Al, when you get some time, hit me up, Al, when you get some time.
All right, Kay. Take care, guys.
All right, Echo.